Most people eat 3 meals a day. But what if we knew that some of these foods were trying to end your life? Scary as it sounds, some food is more dangerous than you know, and we're not talking about the expiration dates. So we're going to start checking the fridge for a little regular foods that will kill you weird on today's episode of 5 Weird Things. Welcome to the channel. First, like, subscribe, share the channel. About the only place I ever hear about food killing people is the news and the internet, never in actual life. Now what about you? Have you ever seen that in person? Let me know down in the comments. All right, let's get into it. First, things we should all know. Some foods aren't just snacks, they're nature's version of little booby traps. They're packed with naturally occurring toxins. They're proof that even your next meal might have trust issues. From hidden compounds that mess with your central nervous system to substances that can shut down your organs. These everyday edibles come with an unspoken warning. Eat me, but watch your back. Cooking usually neutralizes these culinary threats, but if you go raw or overindulge, don't be surprised if your body responds with nausea, dizziness, or worse. Mother Nature clearly has a sense of humor, and it's darker than your favorite roast. Bon appetit, if you dare. Now, the World Health Organization estimates that approximately 600 million people fall ill from foodborne diseases annually, resulting in 420,000 deaths. However, this figure encompasses all foodborne illnesses, not exclusively those caused by naturally occurring toxins, which are thought to be a much smaller fraction of that number. So I can't get a straight number as to exactly how many people may be dying by year. Everybody got that? Good. Weird thing number 5, hot dogs. Hot dogs, the deliciously dangerous barbecue assassin. Hot dogs, the iconic food of backyard barbecues, baseball games, and questionable gas station stops at 2 a.m. But behind the savory charm lies a dark secret. They're basically edible booby traps. Technically, the hot dog won't kill you, but you would not believe the high amount of deaths attributed to choking on hot dogs annually. Every year in the US, about 4,000 people choke to death on food, and hot dogs are the #1 offender. In fact, hot dogs are the #1 choking hazard for children under 3. Why? Because they're the perfect storm of danger. Smooth, cylindrical, and just the right size to lodge snugly in the windpipe. It's like they were designed by a villainous cartoon chef. Pediatricians even refer to hot dogs as the perfect plug for a child's airway. Not exactly the kind of Yelp review you want for your snack. And don't think adults are off the hook. Every year, plenty of full-grown adults underestimate the lethal power of a poorly chewed Frankfurter. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. You can reduce your odds of hot dog-related tragedy just by slicing them lengthwise for kids, chewing thoroughly, and that's yes, everybody, and resisting the urge to inhale your food during a game-winning home run. Also, pro tip, no hot dog eating contests until you've updated your will. Competitive eaters have learned the hard way that speed eating these meat tubes is like playing gastrointestinal Russian roulette. So next time you're at a summer cookout, just remember, respect the dog. Take small bites, chew thoroughly. Don't let this seemingly innocent snack turn into your final meal. Weird thing number 4, nutmeg. Nutmeg, the spice that just might spice you back. The warm, aromatic spice that turns lattes into an autumn in a cup and transforms ordinary pies into holiday masterpieces. But here's a fun twist. Nutmeg isn't just a festive flavor, it's also a mild hallucinogen and in large amounts, a pretty serious toxin. Surprise! Nutmeg contains a compound called myristicin, which in small doses gives you cozy, spiced vibes. But if you decide to go all in and consume a few tablespoons of it, please don't, you might find yourself in an entirely different toxic journey. Symptoms of nutmeg toxicity include nausea, dizziness, dry mouth, rapid heartbeat, hallucinations, and in severe cases, seizures bordering on fatal. Basically, it's like your body hitting the panic mode button while your brain starts narrating a sci-fi thriller. The problem is that it doesn't take much to cross that line. As little as 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg can trigger unpleasant symptoms. And consuming more can lead to serious complications. People who've gone overboard with nutmeg often report feeling confused, paranoid, stuck in what one unfortunate soul described as a never-ending nightmare. Yikes. Medical professionals treat nutmeg toxicity like poisoning because, well, it's exactly what it is. So while sprinkling a dash into your eggnog or banana bread is perfectly safe and delicious, going overboard is a recipe for the ultimate regret. In short, nutmeg is one of those spices where a little goes a long way. It isn't just culinary advice, it's also medical wisdom. So enjoy it responsibly, and maybe don't treat your spice rack like a chemical experiment. Weird thing number 3, raw cashews. The hidden danger of raw cashews. Cashews are a beloved snack. Creamy, slightly sweet, perfect for anything from trail mix to gourmet recipes. But here's something most people don't realize. Truly raw cashews are not the safe snack you find on store shelves. Raw cashews contain urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. Ingesting or even handling unprocessed cashews can cause severe skin irritation, allergic reactions, in extreme cases, serious health complications. It's not exactly the casual snack you want to enjoy on a movie night. But wait, you say, holding a bag labeled raw cashews. Don't worry, those cashews have been steamed to neutralize the toxin. The truly raw versions are rarely sold commercially because of the risk. In fact, workers who harvest and shell raw cashews often face chemical burns on their hands from contact with urushiol. This toxin isn't something to take lightly. Ingesting large quantities of improperly processed cashews can cause unpleasant symptoms, including swelling, itching, digestive distress. Thankfully, the cashews you buy from reputable stores are carefully processed to make them perfectly safe for consumption. So while cashews are a delicious treat, it's good to remember that a lot of work and careful handling goes into making sure they're snack ready. Next time you grab a handful, you can appreciate them not just for their taste, but also for the effort it takes to make them safe. Weird thing number 2. Apple seeds, the tiny snacks with a dark side. An apple a day might keep the doctor away, but eating apple seeds could send you straight to, well, let's just say the long dirt nap. Apple seeds contain amygdalin, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, a compound that breaks down into cyanide when it's digested. Yes, cyanide. That's the same stuff villains in spy movies use when they get caught. Now, before you panic about that one seed you accidentally swallowed in 3rd grade, relax. It takes a lot of seeds to pose a threat. You'd need to crunch through about 200 seeds, or roughly 20 apples worth, for a potentially lethal dose. But here's the catch. The seeds need to be crushed or chewed to release the toxin. Swallowing a whole seed is usually harmless. It'll pass straight through your system like a popcorn kernel. However, if you've been blending whole apples into your smoothies with a waste not, want not mindset, maybe you should stop doing that. Crushed apple seeds in a blender can release amygdalin, and while one smoothie won't turn you into Snow White mid-poison apple scene, it's better not to play snack roulette with cyanide. The symptoms of cyanide poisoning include headache, dizziness, nausea, and in severe cases, total respiratory failure. Not exactly the refreshing post-snack experience anybody's looking for. So the moral of the story, apples are great, seeds are not. If you accidentally eat one, don't panic. You're not about to drop dead, but if you're out there collecting seeds like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones, it might be time to reconsider your life choices. And finally, weird thing number 1. Elderberries, the tiny berries plotting your downfall. Elderberries have earned a reputation as the hipster cure-all, packed with antioxidants, immune-boosting powers, and a vibe that screams, I shop exclusively at farmers markets. But behind their trendy exterior lies a lesser-known fact. They're also tiny choking hazards waiting for a moment to shine. Statistically, berries are one of the top choking hazards for children under 5, and elderberries aren't doing anyone any favors with their small, slippery shape. They're the perfect size to launch themselves directly into an unsuspecting windpipe. In fact, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, round foods like berries, grapes, and cherry tomatoes are repeat offenders in choking emergencies. But elderberries don't stop at just blocking your airway. They're also toxic when raw or undercooked. These little berries contain cyanogenic glycosides, which can release cyanide into your body. So not only might they choke you, but they could also poison you if you somehow survive the first attack. It's kind of a 1-2 punch special of berry betrayal. The good news is that properly cooked elderberries are perfectly safe. Elderberry syrups, jams, and teas, they're all fine. because heat neutralizes the toxins. But raw elderberries, they're the equivalent of Mother Nature saying, you really should have read the fine print. But if you're picking elderberries in the wild or whipping up some do-it-yourself elderberry syrup, remember, cook them thoroughly. And maybe don't pop raw berries in your mouth like they're harmless little blueberries. And if you're serving them to kids, cut them up, mash them, or better yet, just stick to the syrup. Well, that's it for today's episode. Hope that whet your appetite, made you hungry. Do me a favor, watch more of my videos. I would truly appreciate it. Take care. Have yourself a great night.